You're so closely associated with the city of New York.
Yeah.
You, of all people, understand the passion surrounding 9/11. What do you say to those family members who protested earlier this week and will be doing so again on Friday?
Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have, as to the maniacs that did that horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world. So nobody's really been there, but I can tell you that there are a lot of really great people that are out here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to celebrate.
They're going to have a lot of fun and they're going to celebrate. That's Donald Trump defending his decision to host another event, one of the aspects of the LIV Golf tournament at his New Jersey golf course. He was talking about it, and I don't know if you caught that when these 9/11 families are upset about him then hosting and partnering up with these Saudi Arabia-backed golf tournament at his course in Jersey. He said, that whole 9/11 thing never really got figured out. Maybe he should do some research, or maybe he should ask this guy who sounds and looks a lot like him. Let's watch.
Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have, as to the maniacs that did that horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world.
Who blew up the World Trade Center? It wasn't the Iraqis, it was Saudi. Take a look at Saudi Arabia. Open the documents. We ought to get Bush or somebody to have the documents opened because, frankly, if you open the documents, I think you're going to see that it was Saudi Arabia. It wasn't Iraq.
That Saudi Arabia did what?
Well, the people came, most of the people came from Saudi Arabia. They didn't come from Iraq.
2016 Trump is a lot different than the 2022 Trump who's looking to make some more money off of these folks. Anyways, let's go to some details because the cash-rich LIV has been soaked in controversy since its inception, with many raising concerns that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is using the golf circuit as a quote sports washing to rehab its public image. I think LIV has been a great thing for Saudi Arabia, for the image of Saudi Arabia, is what Trump told the Wall Street Journal in an interview on Tuesday.
Telling you.
When asked by a reporter about the financial gains of hosting the tournaments, Trump deflected that he didn't do it for that, but added, they've been very generous. The dude can't even fully deny and lie about taking in money because he's that obsessed with it. He's that obsessed with the grift. He's that obsessed with anything that can give him $5 more. What he'll say is, it has nothing to do with the money. But they give me a lot of money. It's like Rick James, the depiction from the Chappelle Show. I didn't kick his couch. Yeah, I stomped on his couch. He can't keep it within. Anyways, so here's more backgrounds in case you guys don't know about the LIV tournament. You're hearing about this all the time, but you're not really sure what's going on. So starting on Friday, the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster will host the third event for LIV Golf, the new Saudi-backed professional circuit that has rocked the sport's main professional organizer, the PGA Tour, by pulling away big name golfers with larger guaranteed paydays. They got a lot of money. Trump is benefiting from his professional relationship with LIV Golf, especially after officials at PGA of America pulled the 2022 PGA Championship from Bedminster following the January 6th riot at the US Capitol. Now in October, LIV Golf will hold its final competition of the year at yet another Trump property, Trump National Doral in South Florida. So Rick, we've got golfers that report from this. We've got commentators, folks that are going to be part of this whole thing because they've got a lot of money. And people are like, I'll take the payday. I'm not very concerned about the fallout from this. Just give me my money. And apparently, Donald Trump is the forefront of that as well.
Correct. I just saw via Awful announcing that Charles Barkley announced that he's not going to be joining LIV. However, let's just focus on the task at hand here. There are so many variables in play. The first is, as you mentioned, the PGA Tour pulled 2 tournaments from those very courses, including the 2022 PGA Championship. So when the PGA did that in the fallout from January 6th, Saudi Arabia was more than happy to say, hey, this whole LIV Golf thing, we think it's gonna be big. We're actually gonna help you recoup the losses that the PGA pretty much made you have. So he was like, bet, I'm in. The second part is
100%.
We need to remember the history of Donald Trump and Saudi Arabia. In the 90s, Donald Trump was in debt. He had to pay back the debt. There was a prince from the Middle East who bought a hotel and a yacht from him. Then there was also him selling an entire floor right by the United Nations. I believe that was in roughly 2005. On the campaign trail, he bought 5 to 8, invested in 5 to 8 companies in Saudi Arabia. And then there was in 2016 where Saudi Arabia used military veterans in order to pump money into Donald Trump's properties to lobby for a bill that they never even discussed. And many of those veterans, once they learned what was really happening and who was behind it, then spoke to the Washington Post and other outlets saying, this is horrible, I can't believe I was a part of this. But they also said this was the most lavish veteran visit they've ever had to DC, because all they did was run up the tabs. They had ridiculous hotel rooms, all of this stuff. He is indebted to the Saudis. And how can we forget? Jared Kushner got over $2 billion in his investment firm. Steve Mnuchin, the former Treasury Secretary, got a $2 billion investment from the Middle East. There is a reason why they are playing ball with the Saudis and they are turning their backs on Americans, especially on the darkest day, let's put it like that, there have been many. One of the darkest days in American history, which was September 11th, 2001. There is a reason why he is stumping for them, as JR said, it is money. And only money.
I think we're at the point where they consider they're allowed to start forgetting about it on every other day of the year except for September 11th. Then that's when you act like you care. We've reached that point. It's been long enough.
Of course, it's like on Martin Luther King Day or like when we're honoring John Lewis. It's the same exact thing.
Every time. We've gotten to that point now with this. Now MLK Day, we've passed it all. We can complain all the time and then say the black folks are pieces of garbage. Then on Martin Luther King Day say, yeah, Martin Luther King agrees with me. That's now what Martin Luther King Day is for these types of folks.
Martin Luther King would have been a Republican. He would have done this and done that.
He hates black people.